the first advice, and probably the advice which is gonna actually make you the most progress in the gym and is actually gonna save you years in the gym, is that the best and most optimal rep range, if you want to build muscle mass, if you want to get stronger, if you generally want to see your body change and your muscle literally grow, is 6 to 8 reps. Okay, guys, listen to me. This is by far the best rep range in the gym. I know there's a lot of talk online that the best rep range is like 3 for 10, 4 for 12, 3 for 15. A lot of people, they also agree with me saying that 2 to 6 to 8 is the best rep range, and guys, it is. Since I've started adopted this style of training and this method of training, I have seen the most gains in the gym. Okay, meaning that before, I remember last year I was doing 4 sets of 12. I was also doing 3 sets of 15. I was pretty much experimenting with like all of this different rep ranges. Okay, and the best one, and the one which made me the most muscles, with the one which generally made my muscle bigger, okay, is the rep range of 2 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions. Okay, now why is that the case? Because I don't want to just be here and tell you something and not really like explain it in details. Okay, let me tell you. So back then when I was doing, for example, three sets of 12 reps, in order for me to progressive overload, so in order for me to like increase the weight over time, which is exactly what's going to allow you to make gains in the gym, I pretty much had to complete 3 sets or 4 sets, how many sets I was doing, which I was never less than 3. And I had to complete all of the sets by doing 12 repetitions. And now guys, that first of all, that is a lot of volume. Seriously, that is too much volume. And by the time you're on the 4th set, your muscle is like so fatigued that you're not going to be able to do those 12 reps. Okay, which means that next time you're not going to progressive overload. You're not going to increase the weight. Because for me to increase the weight, I had to complete those 4 sets with 12 repetitions. Now, as I said, guys, because I was doing 4 sets of 12, I was never able to complete all those 4 sets with 12 repetitions. Okay, maybe on the first set I was doing 12, on the second set, sure, I was doing 12. Let's just say that on the third set, most of the times I was like 10. I was doing like 10 repetitions. On the last set, I was never doing 12. I was never doing more than 10. Why? Because my muscle was already fatigued. Okay, and that did not allow me to progressive overload. And guys, listen, with progressive overload, when we increase the weight of an exercise over time. So let's just say that right now you're benching 80 kilos. Well, next week you want to go and try and bench 85 kilo, 82.5 kilos, okay? 80.05 kilograms. Do you know what I'm trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that if you want to see progress in the gym, you cannot do the same weight every single week, okay? You need to be able to increase the weight over time. And guys, the rep range 2 sets of 6 to 8, it's gonna allow you to progressive overload, because first of all, it's not too much volume and you can generally like increase the weight even after like a week. Okay, guys, since I've started doing like 2 sets of like 6 to 8 every single week, I'm increasing the weight. Why? Because every single week I can perform 6 or 8 repetitions, which means the following week I can increase the weight and still aim to rep 6 or 8 repetitions. Okay. And guys, by doing like 4 sets of 12, for example, like I know guys that do like 3 sets of 15, for example. It's like, it's too many repetitions, and chances are on the last set, you're not going to do as many reps as you did on the first one, because it's generally too many repetitions, okay? Because it's generally like too many reps, and that's not going to allow you to progressive overload, meaning that you're going to be on the same level for a long period of time, okay? For example, like on my incline dumbbell press, and right now I can progressive overload every single week because I'm sticking to 6 to 8 reps. Before I was on like 15 repetitions, and of course I couldn't progressive overload every single week because not every week I was able to complete 15 full reps for like 4 or 3 sets. Okay, so this is probably like the best advice that I can give to you, especially if you're starting out the gym, or especially if you're like in a phase where you're like plateauing, meaning that you're on the same level, that you've been on the same level for a while, is ditch whatever workout plan you're doing and do 2 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions. Okay, now I've made a bulking course where I tell you exactly how to gain as much muscle mass as you possibly can. I also made a course on how to become the most attractive version of yourself by building an aesthetic physique. All of those courses will be linked down on the same link on the description, and I sold them for the same price, by the way. Like, there's 2 courses on my same community, and I sold the community for £47 for £47, okay, a year, not a month, a year. So it's really, really worth it. I also offer one-on-one coaching, so DM me on Instagram for that. Again, I will leave the link down below. So yeah, this is an advice that I can give, you know, to my younger self, like to anybody watching this video, is that even if you're older than me, please do take my advice, because trust me, I've experimented with like so many different workout routines, so many different plans, and I've made the most progress since I've started doing 2 sets of 6 to a repetition. Why? Because it allowed me to progressively overload the fastest, meaning that it allowed me to like increase the weight every single week. And guys, if you increase the weight every single week, bro, of course you're gonna like look different. Of course you're gonna like be stronger. Your body's generally getting stronger every single week. Now maybe you won't increase the weight every single week, maybe every couple of weeks, but still, it's gonna allow you to increase the weight a lot faster compared to if you were doing like a crazy amount of volume, for example, like 4 sets of 15, or like I know people do like 5 sets of 15 repetitions, which seriously, guys, in my opinion, is absolutely absurd. Because what, do you really think you're gonna be doing 15 reps on the last set? Like, do you generally think you're gonna be doing the same amount of reps on the first set and on the last set? No, of course not. And it's generally going to take you like months and months and months. And it used to take me months and months and months to progressive overload when I was doing 4 sets of 15, okay? So, yeah, be very, very careful with that. And yeah, that's my first advice that I want to give to you guys. Now, another piece of advice that I want to give to you, and again, this is as important as the advice that I just gave to you, is that before you want to go on a cut, you need to go on a bulk, okay? You don't know how many times I decided to go on a cut because I didn't have visible abs, and I pretty much I just got so skinny and lost so much muscle mass and so much strength, okay? I remember back in 2024, so this was about 2 years ago, this is how I looked, and I decided to randomly go on a cut when, you know, guys, there was literally nothing to cut, okay? There was generally nothing to cut. And yeah, I decided to go on a cut because I didn't have visible abs. And now, guys, let me tell you something. You should go on a bulk before you go on a cut, especially if like you are quite skinny like I was back then. The worst thing that you can do is go on a cut because you don't have visible abs, okay? Bro, trust me, go on a bulk, go on a lean bulk first. Bulk, okay? Get literally big, not fat. Remember, guys, don't get fat. But pack as much muscle mass as you can, and then eventually, yes, sure, you can go on a cut because you generally have something to cut. But I see so many guys, and this used to be me in the past as well, guys. You guys go on a cut when you don't deserve to go on a cut, yeah? It's like the fat guy going on a bulk. Bro, you don't deserve to go on a bulk. You should go on a cut. So if you are skinny, for example, even if you're skinny fat, why would you go on a bulk for? Now, guys, again, on the courses that I've linked below, I tell you exactly how to bulk, but also when you will buy this course, send me a picture, okay? Send me a picture and I will tell you exactly if you need to go on a cut or if you need to bulk. Because, guys, I know a lot of you guys watching this video might have a skinny fat physique, meaning that you are very skinny, you have very, very skinny arms, but then you also have like a little bit of fat. And in that case, for example, you should go in a little caloric deficit at first and then you should bulk up, okay? But again, guys, there's many different physiques. Your physique is different to another guy's watching this video's physique. So buy the course and send me a picture and I will tell you exactly if you need to go on a cut or a bulk, okay? Because again, guys, I didn't deserve to go on a cut, but then I know a lot of guys who had more belly than me, but not a lot of muscle, and in that case, they need to go on a little caloric deficit at first, okay? But it's very, very different, so just to be sure, just send me a picture and I'll tell you exactly what to do. But yeah, guys, don't go on a cut if you don't, because most likely, bro, you don't deserve to go on a cut, yeah? Make sure that you're gonna bulk. You know how many times I was going to the gym and I generally cut down too much. And yeah, sure, I did lose some belly fat, of course, otherwise it would have been, you know, useless. But I've also lost a lot of muscle mass. And I wasn't at a point where I had to lose muscle mass, okay? I was at a point where if I lost muscle mass, I would have become skinny fat, okay? Seriously, or just super skinny. So be very careful with this, because I know you're probably not an expert watching this video. So if you generally want to know exactly what you need to do. Go on the community, buy the courses. You generally have 2 courses in there, and just and send me a picture, and I will tell you what you need to do. Okay, now I know this is not me sponsoring, like I don't want this video to become like a full sponsor of my courses, but guys, I'm generally like, I put a lot of effort into those courses, so yeah, I don't want that to go to waste. But anyway, but yeah guys, so as I was saying, bulk first and then cut. This will save you years and years in the gym. Okay, I'm telling you guys, you don't know how much progress I would have made if I just generally went on like a full bulk for a year, and then I cut down for like a couple of months, and then went on a bulk again, and then cut down again. You know what I'm trying to say? We go on ups and downs in the gym. Sometimes you might go on a crazy bulk, and then sometimes you might go on a lean bulk. Then you might go like on a big bulk, and then you go on a cut. Okay, but don't cut before you bulk, especially if you are skinny like I was back then. Okay, please do not make the same mistakes, because it will generally save you tons of years in the gym. Okay, because generally, bro, you probably don't have anything to cut. You know what I'm trying to say? There is nothing for you to cut, especially if you've been going to the gym for like 2 years or like a year or like a couple of months, bro. I do not want to hear it that you go on a cut. Okay, bro, trust me. You cannot be going on a cut if you've just started going to the gym. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, what the fuck? Why are you cutting? You have no muscle mass. Seriously, even if you've been going for like a year. Now, sure, a lot of people make good progress in a year. Most of them have crazy genetics, but if you're a normal guy and you've been going to the gym for a year, do not cut, okay? Now, again, if you are fat, sure, but I'm talking from my own personal experience, because, for example, me, I was very, very skinny, and it was crazy for me to think I had to go on a cut after 2 years of going to the gym, okay? So please just be very, very careful with that. Now, the most important advice that I want to give to you guys is that you are not where you want to be just yet, because you have not been consistent for long enough. Guys, consistency is absolutely key, okay, in anything, but now we're talking about the gym. Consistency. You don't know how many times I have quit the gym, and then I went back, to the gym, and then I quit again, and then I went back again. And I have lost just so much progress, and I slowed down my progress so much because I wasn't consistent. You know what I'm trying to say, guys? So consistency is generally what's gonna allow you to generally reach your full maximum potential and your dream physique, okay? Because seriously, bro, imagine if someone told you that, yeah, bro, you just need 5 more years and then you will achieve your dream physique. You wouldn't quit. You wouldn't slack off. No, you would just keep going and going and going. So, bro, be consistent, because seriously, consistency, when they say consistency is key, and it's very brainwashed nowadays, everybody's saying consistency is key. It is. Consistency, bro, is absolutely key if you generally want to make progress that other people generally see, okay? Because, guys, there's 2 types of progress. There's the progress where you see, oh, yeah, look, I made a little bit of progress, ha, ha, ha. But then there's the progress that, for example, your friends would come to you and be like, bro, how the fuck did you get this physique? And that's my case right now, bro. My friends literally compliment my physique, and I used to be super skinny at first, bro. And this is a picture of me when I started. This is me now. I'm telling you guys, the progress that you can make if you are consistent is a progress that other people generally give you compliments. You know what I'm trying to say? Bro, girls will literally come to you and be like, oh my god, Luca, you've changed so much. What happened to your physique? You know what I'm trying to say? I'm talking about that physique, okay? And you can achieve whatever goals you have, bro, if you just remain consistent. Why? Because consistency is the basics, okay? Imagine if you just kept on being consistent on this path for 2 more years. Imagine where you could be in those 2 years, bro. But imagine if you stop for a week, and then you stop for another month. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Is just turn your brain off and just keep doing what you're doing, especially if you are seeing progress, okay? If you are seeing progress right now, but you're not where you want to be just yet, is because you've not been doing it for long enough, bro. The reason why all these fitness influencers on Instagram, they look absolutely jacked, and bro, it's because, yeah, sure, some of them take steroids, but it's because they have been doing it for longer than you, bro. Maybe you watching this video, you're 18 years old, okay? And then on Instagram, you see some 25-year-old looking absolutely jacked. Bro, he's 7 years older than you. You know what I'm trying to say? Of course he's going to be bigger than you. But it's because he's generally been doing this for longer than you have. Then sure, he might take steroids, he might not. But the point is that You're not where you want to be because you have not been doing it for long enough. And bro, all the people that you see on Instagram looking absolutely huge is because they're literally older than you. They're literally been doing it for longer than you have, okay? So don't forget this, because trust me, bro, if you don't quit and you remain consistent on this path, bro, you can generally see yourself like you never did before, okay? And bro, like I've started going to the gym. I've started by doing push-ups in my own bedroom when I was 16 years old. And then just the other day, bro, I took my shirt off in the mirror and I was like, fucking hell, man. Like I've came so far. I'm 22 years old now. And I was genuinely so proud of myself, because I was like, fucking hell, like the first time I stepped in the gym, it was 6 years ago. Then sure, I've quit the gym many times. Then I went back. But because I've remained consistent over all these years. And then again, sure guys, as I said, I quit many times. But the point is, I am still, after 6 years, I am still going to the gym. And the progress, guys, is generally inevitable, okay? You are going to make progress no matter what, if you just keep doing it for long enough, okay? So yeah, this is what I have to say. And yeah, I'll see you guys again for episode number 2. Again, I will leave all my links down below if you guys want to go and check them out. And yeah, guys, please do take my advices, because I've experimented many times with so many different things. I generally love what I teach, because this is generally my passion. I do this because I generally love fitness. I generally love the gym. I generally want other people to change and become the best version of themselves, okay? So yeah, thank you for taking my advice. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next one.